This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Before we begin, let me ask you something gently. Have you ever felt God quietly closing a door? Oh, but you kept holding it open because it used to work. It was fun. It felt good. Oh, and it paid. And the people around you expected you there, maybe forever. And walking away felt irresponsible. There is a unique kind of pain that comes after discernment. It's a grief of outgrowing environments that once rewarded you. The tension of knowing something no longer fits your story, your new story of who you are becoming. And even though everyone around you wants you to stay the same, they don't want you to grow. I'm talking about the version of you from a different season, before a heaven-aligned mission, before marriage, before children, before legacy. This episode is for the parent who has felt that pull. It's standing between who they were and who they are now accountable for before heaven to become. So think about that. Standing between who they were and who they are now accountable before heaven to become. If that's you, let's get comfortable. Take a deep breath if you can. This conversation may be the permission your spirit has been waiting for. Let's go. No. Ooh, that's better, right, babe?
Yeah!
Yeah. She founded an architectural concrete company.
He founded a $100 million clothing company.
She took the world by storm as a social media star.
He took the world by storm as a famous serial entrepreneur.
Together we started a business.
And had babies.
Now we're figuring out the best ways to do both.
Join us as we learn from other entrepreneurs going through the same life struggles.
As they share their life hacks about success, love, kids,
and everything in between.
Hello, my friend, and welcome back to Becoming Unshakable, the Legacy Conversations bonus series, a special edition brought to you by the Entrepreneur Parents Podcast, a community of strong families building unshakable legacies. I'm your host, Ildiko Ferenczi, and today we're talking about what happens after clarity. When God has already spoken, but letting go still hurts and still feels painful. Here's the truth many parents are never prepared for. What was once tolerated or even celebrated can become dangerous when you're responsible for a family, once you've been blessed with a family. It's no longer harmless, and it's certainly not neutral. Some environments normalize compromise, and some subtly invite infidelity, addiction, ego, or even excess. Some slowly erode your values, not loudly, but consistently, to the point where you won't even notice. The places you once roamed, the people you once surrounded yourself with, they may have fit a former season of you, but they were never meant for who you are now. That season is past. They're just no longer going to fit who you are now. And that's not because you're better than anyone, but it's because your responsibility is now greater. If it no longer protects your marriage, your children, or even your soul, it no longer belongs in your life. It just doesn't belong there. I mean, think about it. There's nothing positive about the streets you used to roam and who you are now. There are environments that stimulate ego, but they're going to starve intimacy at home. Spaces that rewarded performance while quietly eroding presence. That's what it would do. The doors that once opened a different kind of opportunity is now going to threaten your God-given alignment, your God-given destiny. And maturity looks like this: recognizing that just because something once worked doesn't mean that it still belongs in your life, especially now that you're married and have children. For some people, that's a hard pill to swallow. And for some people, it isn't, but they have the pressure of others that just don't understand what a God-blessed covenant looks like. They're still going on these trips with boys and doing all the things that they used to do when they were single. That goes for women too. The girl groups, they're going on these trips and they're still doing the things that they used to do when they were single. But God is calling them to live a different life, to honor the covenant. And here's where many people get confused. When God begins to close a door, the people who benefited from your access often resist it. And it's not because they dislike you or they hate you or they want to argue with you, but it's because your obedience disrupted their comfort. Some people built an income around you. Some people built identity around you. And some built status, access, or opportunity through you. So they need you to be the person that you were before. So when you change seasons, they don't want the door to close. They want you to go back in time, back to the environment, back to the version of you that fit their world, back to the place that you've outgrown. But legacy leaders don't live by who they used to be. They live by who their family needs as a leader, who their marriage needs for them to become. This is both sides. This is women and men. Sometimes both of you have a hard time adjusting, or sometimes it's just one of you. And this is the wake-up call. This is the blessing. These are your friends in this community saying you need to wake up. You need to wake up if you want to honor the blessing that you were given. Here's a non-negotiable question. Does this environment thrust my marriage forward, or merely tolerate it. If a space normalizes temptation, keeps you emotionally unavailable, pulls you out of family rhythms, requires you to be somewhere different than at home, then no amount of money makes it safe. A door that doesn't strengthen your marriage will eventually weaken your legacy. This is the truth. Now listen carefully, because this will free many people listening right now. Sometimes God closes a door by withholding the money. That's what happens sometimes. You wanted it, you needed it, you were counting on it. This happened in our community just now. They had something going. The money was withheld for months. It was something they needed. They needed so bad, and it didn't come through. Instead of asking, why didn't I get paid? Instead of being angry about it, let it go. Let it go. Ask this instead. Why did God let this happen? What did God just protect me from? The delayed payments, the deals that fall apart, partnerships that never materialize. These are not punishments. They are interruptions of attachment. Because if the money had come, you might have stayed somewhere you were never meant to build. You were saved. This is a blessing. If you are forcing a business, a collaboration, or a partnership that constantly produces frustration, financial blockage, emotional strain, or tension that bleeds through with your family, pause. Sometimes the resistance isn't opposition, it's redirection. God isn't obsessed. God is obsessed with you, but God isn't upset with you. He's simply saying, not this way, not with them, and not now. Before you reach for that coffee, consider this. What if the energy boost you're looking for isn't in your cup, but in your cells? I challenge you to swap your morning coffee for Shilajit by Symbiotica. And here's what can happen. No crash, no jitters, just clean, sustained energy, plus mental clarity and trace minerals that our bodies actually need, that are actually starving for, to be honest. This isn't just a supplement. It's an ancient adaptogen sourced from the Himalayas that supports mitochondrial function, stamina, and overall vitality. Your coffee never did that. Okay, let's just be honest. Try it for a week and tell me your body doesn't thank you. Symbiotica's Shilajit is next level wellness, and honestly, you may never go back to drinking coffee. Click the link below down in the bio and get your Shilajit today. Revelation chapter 3 verse 7 says, "What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open." And here's the part I really want you to hear. The door just opened. My little ones looked in. Oh, that was amazing. If God is closing a door, your job isn't to force it. It isn't to explain it. It isn't to defend why you stayed so long. Your job is to trust him enough to release it. Right? Because the same God who closes doors is the God who opens the right ones. And he never closes something without protecting you from what you can't see yet. So This is what we were talking about in our community. Don't be mad about it. Don't be mad about it. Don't worry about it. You weren't supposed to partner with that person. That money was being withheld for months and months and months because it wasn't what you were called to do. Right? I know there's someone listening who has lived this. There were seasons where doors stayed open because you pushed them, right? We've all done that. That's nothing to feel embarrassed about. But it's not because God blessed them. That's the important thing that you need to realize, that we need to realize. The income, it looked impressive, but and let me add, the environment also looked successful, but your spirit was unsettled. It was unsettled. And walking away, especially when others wanted you to stay, was probably one of the hardest decisions you've made or are about to make. Maybe you're in this right now. But here's what you will learn or already have. Provision without peace was never the promise. Obedience doesn't always feel like victory at first. It doesn't. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels like loss. That's why some of us or some of you are grieving or still grieving or had grieved in the past. And it feels like loss until peace settles in. And you realize you didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything God intended for you to keep. It's not the way it works. If you feel relief at the thought of letting go, even if it still hurts, that is your answer. Ask yourself, if this no longer paid, would I still choose it? Given where I am now in my marriage, with my family and my calling, would I still choose it? Write this down in your journal. I forgot to tell you to grab pause this, go grab your journal. That is the question. We repeat this question several in our community we talk about. I think I asked you guys to write this down last week. If you didn't hear last week's episode, go listen to it. But this is an important question. If this no longer paid, would I still choose it? Yes or no? Would I still choose it given where I am in my marriage? Maybe you have children, with the children that you have and the calling that you know you have on your life now compared to who you used to be. Or is this pressure from other people trying to pull you back into a version of yourself that no longer fits who you are today? Write that down too. Who's giving you pressure on the outside? Peace doesn't always come with excitement. It doesn't. It doesn't really go together, right? So think about that. How does your soul feel? How do you feel? Sometimes it comes as permission to stop sliding backwards. Stop falling off that ladder. You're climbing upwards, not backwards. You're not falling down. Not falling back down to where you used to be. Your purpose is bigger than who you used to be. I hope you realize that. And legacy isn't built by rushing into new doors. Don't just rush into new doors. Really think about the steps now where you are in your life, especially as a parent. We're talking to parents. We're in a different place in our lives. We're married. We got babies. They're going to watch what we do, how we behave, right? We talk about this all the time. Our children are watching us. What is our priority? How do we treat our spouse? How do we treat our children? What do we prioritize? Do we talk about them praying? Are we telling them to not go on their phone? Are we telling them to avoid certain environments? But yet we're not being true to that. Legacy is built by closing old doors with grace. Sometimes it's time. I know many of us are on the same page on this, but we just had such a great conversation in the community, and all these different topics came up about trying to do business with someone. It wasn't coming through, and they were truly so angry and so hurt by being strung along. And I have to remind these people, these friends, these people that are genuinely so hurt and so angry that it's a blessing. It's a clear picture of who you're not supposed to do business with. Just take it that way. Take it as a blessing. Take it as an answer and move on. Do a different thing. Okay? So let's come together in prayer. I know you guys love this. I love it too. Let's come together in prayer. Pray over this. God our Father, thank you for being a God of clarity, not confusion. Give discernment to every parent listening today. Protect their marriages. Guard their children. Quiet every voice rooted in fear, pressure, or misplaced responsibility. And where provision is needed, God, make a way that does not cost their soul. We trust you. We choose you. And we thank you for leading us into alignment. In Jesus' name, amen. Before we close, I want to honor you. The parents listening to this show are doing deep work. You guys are doing such deep work. You're questioning old patterns. You're healing generational cycles, breaking chains. You're choosing growth even when it's uncomfortable. That's us. That's us. Right? We're doing the work even when it doesn't feel good. That matters more than you know. That's the important thing, not just to your spouse and your children, but to your God-given calling, your God-given destiny, and your legacy as you're creating with your family. If this episode spoke to you, I invite you to share it with someone you love, a friend, a spouse, because when someone receives this from you, they'll know it's because you care deeply about them. And they'll be thankful for that because you know what they're going through and you know exactly what can encourage them and pull them out of whatever they're dealing with right now. Your share could be the permission they've been waiting for. You never know. And if you feel led, please leave a kind review, a 5-star. It really helps these messages reach families who are quietly struggling behind the scenes. Families navigating new identity, new seasons, it's what we've been talking about, and big decisions. These are the most requested conversations because when you become a new parent, when you get married, you let go of who you used to be and you become better in this new calling, in this new journey, right? And we hold each other accountable. That's what we do here. It's a beautiful community of just love and helping each other rise to our God-given purpose, to greatness. to unshakable marriages. I also want to share something close to our heart. Daniel and Destiny are personally using their own savings to fund the Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show. How do I explain it? Oh, it's so good. It's a screen-free, faith-filled leadership podcast. It's content for young leaders all around the world. And they're doing so good. They're up in the top 3 to top 1. They've been working so hard. And the community of children that they're speaking to are doing incredible things. These little legacy leaders, it's amazing. I love hearing their stories. I love all the children listening to this show, sharing their stories with our children and the community. So beautiful. And if you feel moved to give a gift, you can support them at buymeacoffee.com/entrepreneurkids. Your generosity helps their voices reach more children, and they are always so grateful. I just want to leave you with this. You are not behind. You are becoming. And when you release what's no longer yours, God always meets you with what is meant for you, the blessing that He has on your life. And that is how legacies last. Let go of the things that you're no longer meant to carry. Get off the paths you're no longer meant to walk. You have big blessings on your life, okay? You have amazing things coming your way. God bless you, and glory to God always. I love you guys so much.
Thank you, beautiful friends, for listening to this important message from Mama. Share with someone you love and care about. Oh, and we'd love to personally invite you to listen to our podcast. It's for young future leaders ready to change the world and be a light in the dark. Listen together as a family. It's called the Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show. We know you'll love it. Be bold, be kind, build an unforgettable family legacy. God bless you, we love you. And parents, if no one told you yet, let us be the first. You're doing a remarkable job. And remember, you are the hero of your story, because every legacy begins with a hero. And that hero is you.
This podcast is for inspirational and educational purposes only, and it is not intended to replace professional advice, legal advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The views expressed are based on personal experience and faith-based insight and are meant to encourage reflection and growth. Always seek the guidance of qualified professionals regarding any questions or concerns you may have about your health, relationships, or business.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.